Hello everyone, welcome to the studio of Green Forest. My name is Alina. I hope you are in a good mood to watch the video. You can take notes and type your questions in the comments. Oh, memories, memories. I used to live in Chernivtsi and I would work with children. Yes, today we're talking about our memories and our past habits. So let's go back to our examples. Some time ago, I used to live in Chernivtsi, but now I live in Kiev. I would work with children, but now I work with adults. Both of the sentences refer to my past habits, which no longer continue. And what are the phrases we can use? Used to and would. Here we have more examples. I used to have long hair, but as you see, now I have short hair. I would go dancing in the past. Oh, I felt so fit at that time. Let's look at the forms of these phrases. Used to. First of all, don't confuse the phrase used to with the verb use, as I used the marker to write on the board. But I used to write poems when I was a teenager. And I used to use a paper dictionary when there were no online dictionaries. All of the sentences here are positive. Used to live, used to have. What will be the negative form of the phrase? Let's look. I didn't used to have a dog. Or I didn't used to live in Kiev. In the negative form, guys, we use auxiliary didn't and didn't here. What about the ending as in the positive form? Do we use D after the word use? No, we don't. It's a typical mistake, so please be careful here. Don't use it in negative form. In spoken English, we have a nice word, never, and we can use it for our negative forms. It will be like this. I didn't used to have a dog, or I never used to have a dog. I didn't used to live in Kiev, or I never used to live in Kiev. Now, about never. Yes, we use ed in the word use. Never used to. So basically the form is like positive, but the meaning will be negative because of the word never. Now, what about question form? Again, we need auxiliary did. For example, have a dog, and I will ask, did you use to have a dog or live in Kiev? And the question will be, did you use to live in Kiev? Guys, again, as in negative form, in question form, we don't use any endings with the word use. Did you use, but not did you used to. Please be careful about here. If you ask this kind of a question with used to, did you used to have a dog or did you used to live in Kiev, you want to know about my past habits or actions that I did repeatedly in the past. So it will be natural to use some phrases to refer to the past. For example, did you used to have a dog when you were a kid? Or did you used to live in Kiev before you entered the university? Or did you used to like milk when you were in the kindergarten? Let's continue and have a look at another word we can use in the same meaning. It is the word would. Is it the same with the word used to, or are there any differences between them? Here we need to remember something about state verbs. I hope you know them, but still, let's revise. State verbs are verbs that are not so dynamic. They are more about your state or feeling or thinking activity, like love or like or hate or prefer or have or remember. And here we need to see the difference between dynamic words and state verbs in English. As go, it's very active, or have, or the same as work somewhere and just like. So what is special here? The word would we cannot use with the state verbs. We can use it only with active. In other words, when we want to talk about our past actions where we use active words, we can use both of the words, used to and would. There is no difference at all. But when we talk about past states, where we use state verbs, we cannot use the word would. We use only used to. So let's compare a few sentences to see, can we see this difference? Let's look. Study German. Can we use both of the phrases here, or can we use only one of them, used to? Study, is it active or is it a state verb? Yeah, it is quite active, that's why. Both of the options are correct here. I used to study German or I would study German. Like Madonna. Like is a state verb, that's why would is not possible here. And only one choice you have. I used to like Madonna. Be a student. What about be? Yes, be is a state verb. So, the same. I used to be a student. Only one option. Ride a bike. Yes, ride is very active. That's why I used to ride a bike or I would ride a bike. The word would has a short form, d. For example, I would, we can say I'd, or he would, he'd, or she would, she'd, and so on. But the trick is about would that we don't use it in negative or in question form. So, if we have a sentence, I would study German, and you want to make a question, you don't use would, but you use our old phrase, used to. Let's write down. Would for positive, but the question will be, did you used to study German? Again. And the negative form will be, I didn't used to study German. By the way, we want to use the words often and always in these kind of sentences to show that the action was really repeated in the past. For example, we would often go to that pub when we were students. Or he would always listen to heavy metal when he was younger. Let's practice a bit now. Here we have some sentences, all about past habits or repeated actions or states. The task is, can we use both of our phrases in each of them or only used to? And again, if you have action, both of them are correct. But if you have a state, only used to would be possible. Yeah, let's discuss them together now. The first sentence. I had short hair when I was a teenager. What about the word have? Is it dynamic or is it a state verb? Yes, it's a state verb here. That's why, how many options do you have? Yeah, only one. The word used to. Number 2. We go to the same cafe when we were students. Here, we look at the word go. Go, state or dynamic. Go is dynamic. That's why both of the options are correct. We can say we used to go to the same cafe or we would go to the same cafe. Number 3. She loved playing badminton with her father. Here we have the word love, and yes, love is a state verb. That's why, how many options? 1 or 2? Only one. She used to love playing badminton. The next one. I lose when I play chess with him. The word lose, is it state? Is it dynamic? Yeah, the word lose is active. That's why both of the words will be correct here. Let's write down. I used to lose or I would lose. It's okay. The next sentence. She danced well, but now she doesn't. The word dance is totally active and we have 2 options here. She used to dance would be correct, as well as she would dance. And last sentence. My father have a car. Have is state verb here. That's why we need to say my father used to have a car. So let's revise it one more time. If we want to talk about past actions, what can we use? That's right, we can use both of our phrases, used to and would. But if we talk about past states, here we have only one option, and that is used to. I hope this is clear for you guys now, and I'd like you to try to think about your past memories. Do you have any memories of what you used to eat in the past, or what you used to wear, or what you used to play? Try to remember, try to say these sentences in English. Well, thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.